Right now, a fresh college graduate is more likely to be unemployed than the average American worker. Degree, internships, everything done right, and still locked out. That has only been true since 2021. For nearly 3 decades before that, having a degree meant you were less likely to be jobless than people who'd been working for 20 years. Something flipped, and it isn't AI panic. It's a number most people have never heard of. That number is the quits rate, the share of workers who voluntarily leave their job in a given month. In 2021, at the peak of the so-called Great Resignation, it sat near 3%. By 2026, it had fallen to around 2%, down by a third, and stayed there. People aren't quitting, and they're barely getting hired either. The hires rate has fallen to levels last seen during the depths of the COVID shutdown. Employers have routinely kept over 7 million job postings live in a single month, while filling only around 5 million of them. Many of those postings aren't urgent. Leaving one unfilled costs far less than making the wrong hire. The easy explanation is the economy's bad, or companies are scared. True, but vague. Vague enough that it doesn't explain why a 23-year-old pays for it specifically, while the guy 3 years into his job, doing the same work at the same pace, never gets touched. Here's the part nobody talks about. To a company, hiring you isn't a transaction. It's a multi-year bet on someone untested, placed in a year when nothing 6 months out is predictable. Keeping someone already trained costs nothing extra. Hiring someone new costs a salary, months of ramp-up, and a commitment you might regret by the next earnings call. Firing nobody and hiring nobody isn't laziness. It's a company freezing every bet it hasn't already placed and riding out the uncertainty entirely on bets it placed years ago. Economists have a name for this: option value. Not the only force behind the freeze, but the part almost nobody names. Holding off is worth more when the future is foggy, and worth less once things are clear, which is exactly why companies are sitting still. The employee already on staff is a bet placed years ago, back when conditions were calmer, and it already paid off. You're being asked to be a brand new bet placed today in the most uncertain hiring climate in years. Saying no to you costs nothing. Saying yes costs real money on a commitment nobody has to make. This is also why the old deal in the American labor market, get fired easily but find work just as fast, has broken in only one direction. Firing is still quick. Hiring never recovered, because the option to not hire is the one thing protecting employers from a future they can't price. So here's the part that should actually make you angry. You're not locked out because you're underqualified. You're locked out because, from a spreadsheet's point of view, you're the only kind of risk a company is currently allowed to refuse for free. The employee already 3 years in isn't more capable than you. They're just an option that already paid off, sitting safely on someone else's balance sheet. The job market didn't stop needing people. It stopped wanting to make new bets on people it hasn't tested yet. And if you're just walking through the door for the first time, you're the newest bet in the room, in a year when nobody at the top is in the mood to place one. This is ScratchTheNomics.